Please rise for the delegation. Please remain standing for the national and AU anthems. Thank you. Please be seated. Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Honorable Saki Katindi, Governor of Oshikoto Region. Honorable Beda Nashongo, Mayor of Omofia Town. Honorable Selma Asipala Musavi, Minister of International Relations and Trade, all the captains of industry, ladies and gentlemen, good morning once again. We are gathered here for another one of our regional engagements with the business community. This is taking place under the stewardship of the Minister of International Relations and Trade. So please allow me to invite the Honorable Mayor of Omofia Town, Honorable Beata Nashongo, to come to the podium and give welcoming remarks.
Thank you very much, Director of Proceeding, Ambassador D. Gaysep, Honorable Minister Selma Ashipara Musavi, Minister of International Relations and Trade, Honorable Saki Kathindi, Governor of Oshikoto Region, Chairperson of Oshikoto Regional Council, Honorable Samuel Shivute, Comrade Aruma Sankuyo, SWAPO Party Regional Coordinator, Chief Regional Office, Honorable Regional and the Local Authority Council, distinguished CEO and the representative of the private sector, senior government official, ministries and agencies, captain of industries, members of media, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. It is both an honor and a privilege to warmly welcome you all to the Onthia town for this important ministerial regional business engagement. On behalf of the residents of this beautiful town in Oshikoto region, we are truly delighted to host this platform that brings together key players, governments, business leaders, and entrepreneurship to engage in open dialogue aimed at strengthening the foundation of our economic growth. I extend our deepest appreciation to the Ministry of International Relations and Trade in collaboration with the Ministry of Industry, Mines and Energy for bringing this critical dialogue to our people. We are particularly pleased to welcome the Honorable Minister and the esteemed delegation accompany you. Your presence here is a strong testament to the government's commitment to inclusive economic development and the original engagement. Oshikoto region in particular, Onthia town is rich in natural beauty, cultural diversity, agricultural potential, and untapped business opportunity. Onthia town is a gateway to Etosha National Park, and that plays a key role in facilitating tourism and contribute significantly to the country's economy's growth. We believe that the strategies collaboration between government, private sector, and the local economy is a key to unlocking this potential and driving sustainable economic growth. I am informed that the collaboration of these two ministries, it is meant to create increased market access, support productive diversification for businesses to thrive and compete within the regional, continental, and the global market through vast opportunity offered by the African continental free trade areas. Hence, I believe this engagement will provide an excellent platform to also share ideas, address challenges, explore investment opportunity, and align our development effort with the national, continental, and the international goals and aspirations, particularly in supporting macro, small, media enterprises, youth entrepreneurship, and the job creation. As a mayor of this town, I pledge our full cooperation and the readiness to support any initiative that seek to uplift the livelihood of our people and attract a meaningful investment in our town and the country economies at large. Once again, I warmly welcome you all, and I wish you fruitful deliberation strong partnership, and actionable outcome from this meeting. Let us work together to bring a stronger and a more prosperous towns. I thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Bieta Nashongo. Let's once again give applause to the Honorable Mayor of Omofia Town. Next, we'll invite Honorable Sagi Katindi, Governor of Oshikoto Region, to give his statement. Please welcome the Governor.
Thank you, Director Gesep, Honorable Minister, Ambassador Selma Shpara Musavi, Honorable Mayor of Omofia Town, Honorable Beata Nashongo, esteemed business leaders, distinguished guests, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. It's an honor and privilege to stand before you today, and I bring you warm greetings from the people of Oshikoto region, a region rich in natural beauty, cultural heritage, and untapped economic potential. Today's engagement is more than just a meeting of minds, it is a call to action. The African Continental Free Trade Area is not a distant concept. It is a present-day opportunity for Namibia and indeed for Oshikoto to rise, to transform, and to integrate meaningfully into the continental economy. Oshikoto region is more than a geographic area. It is a bridge to both trade and tourism. Tourism remains one of our strongest economic pillars because of our regions enjoys a unique geographic advantage. We are strategically positioned at a cross proximity with the world-renowned Etosha National Park. Through the AfCFTA, we can leverage this strategic position to become a logistics hub, an agricultural exporter, and a key player in cross-border commerce. But to achieve this, we must act decisively. We must invest in infrastructure, harmonize our trade regulations, support our small and medium enterprises, and empower our youth with the skills and knowledge needed to thrive in a competitive continental market. Ladies and gentlemen, this engagement series is of the utmost importance. It provides a platform for collaboration between the public and private sectors, a space where ideas can be turned into action. It allows us to form partnerships that can unlock new value chains, drive regional integration, and create sustainable jobs for our people. It also challenges us to ask the right questions. How do we position Namibia in Africa's single market of 1.4 billion people? And how do we position Oshikoto as a competitive, connected, and productive region in that market? The answer lies in unity of purpose and strategic implementation. Let me clarify things for you today. Oshikoto stands ready. We are ready to work hand in hand with our national government, with the Ministry of Industry and Trade, with regional counterparts, development partners, and most importantly, with our local entrepreneurs. We are committed to the vision of prosperous, industrialized, and economically inclusive Namibia, as outlined in Vision 2030, the Harambee Prosperity Plan 2, and the Swabo Party Manifesto for the 8th administration. Our regional leadership will continue to promote innovation, entrepreneurship, and regional trade linkages. We will support our farmers to access export markets and our youth to participate meaningfully in regional value chains. Through the AfCFTA, we will turn potential into progress and progress into prosperity. Ladies and gentlemen, we must understand that economic transformation is not a spectacle sport. It demands collective effort, shared responsibility, and visionary leadership. Government alone cannot do it, nor can the private sector alone. True progress comes when all sectors work together with a common goal: to unlock opportunities for our people and future generations. Therefore, let this engagement mark not the end, but the beginning of a new era of regional collaboration. Let us go forward boldly with confidence, unity, and determination to position Oshikoto and Namibia as competitive players in the African market. Let us build an economy that creates jobs for our youth, empowers our women, supports our entrepreneurs, and uplifts our communities. In closing, I wish to commend the Ministry of Industrialization and Trade for spearheading this important dialogue and for ensuring that the AfCFTA becomes a living reality, not just for Namibia urban centers, but for all regions, including Oshikoto. Let us seize this moment. Let us transform this dialogue into development, this discussion into decisions, and these ideas into impact. Together, we can drive Namibia economic prosperity, not tomorrow, but starting today. I thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Governor, for that statement. Our next, let us give once again a round of applause to the Honorable Governor. Our next speaker is Honorable Selma Asipala Musavi, Minister of International Relations and Trade. Please welcome the Honorable Minister.
Thank you very much. Please, let's take our seats. Honorable Saki Kafindi, our Governor of Oshikoto Region, Honorable Beata Nashongo, our Mayor of Omfia Town. Let me also recognize all the councillors and all the members of the Omfia Town leaders. I see our regional coordinator of the SWAPO party is also here, making sure that the promises that we have made to our people in terms of the growth of the economy are being implemented. Thank you very much. And everybody, good morning. It's Monday morning, and you have found time to come to this event, so I'm really happy, and I want to commend you for that. Let me thank first our mayor for the warm welcome. Thank you very much. And to also thank our governor, who has a very busy schedule but decided to grace this event with his presence. I was with the governor in Tsumeb on Thursday at the Tsumeb Copper Festival, and he left in a hurry to attend to some regional issues, and today the governor is also here. Thank you very much for your leadership, Governor, and I thank you for the sentiments you have expressed, and we also look forward to work with you and your office to make sure that we take your region to greater heights. Let me also take this opportunity to congratulate you on assuming the office of the governor, a very well-deserved appointment. I listened to your first State of the Region address, and you accentuated a few things, a few programs that you want to spearhead. You talked about agriculture and agribusiness for Oshikoto region. You spoke about economic development. You spoke about tourism, youth entrepreneurship, infrastructure development, and those are some of the issues that we want to discuss with you this morning. I represent the Ministry of International Relations and Trade. We have been going through all the regions. We are only left with 2 more regions. And the idea really is to have a conversation. As the governor have mentioned, it's not a one-stop, a once-off event. It's a continuous event where we are engaging the regions, not to hear about challenges only, but to look at opportunities that we might have overlooked. The governor was very right when he took the floor. He, among others, talked about untapped opportunities in Oshikoto region. So that is what we are interested in. What are these untapped opportunities in Oshikoto region? Our ministry is responsible for international relations and trade, but we also take care of investment. And the reason why I always clarify this is for people to know where to take their issues. So we deal with international relations, relations between countries. I know there are some issues here where we are dealing with issues with our neighbors. So that is my responsibility. Then international trade, we are responsible for market access, creating market access. Whatever is being produced in Oshikoto region, it's our responsibility to find you a market, but also to help you to bring your product to a certain standards. Then thirdly, we go and source for investment, for investors to come to Namibia. And through these engagements, we will now know when we find an investor in country X, we can take the investor to either Oshikoto or Maheke because we have engaged the inhabitants in those regions. So those are our responsibilities. However, then we have the Ministry of Industries, Mines and Energy. They deal with internal commerce, your BIPAS, your registration of companies, the industries. Because for us to export, somebody must manufacture. And it's the responsibility of the Ministry of Industries. That's why I'm always accompanied by somebody from the Ministry of Industries who will also talk to you. Now, as I said, why are we here in Oshikoto region? We are in Oshikoto region to see how we can optimize businesses in this region, for us to be engaging. Because when we talk about the African Continental Free Trade Area is a two-way traffic. If we don't produce, if we don't manufacture, if we don't create services, akwetu, atuninge nyohambo yo ya kwetu. They will come here, they will bring their products. And there's nothing wrong with that because the African Continental Free Trade Area opens the way for them. That's why we need to produce so that we can also access their markets. It's important. We cannot afford to become a dumping ground. It's a two-way traffic. So we also have to produce for us to also market their, access their markets. And when you market access, it's because you have created jobs here. So we must get out of our comfort zones and see what it is that we can do with what we have here in Oshikoto region, whether it's the tourism, whether it's agriculture, whether it's arts and craft, anything that we can think of can find a market there. I hope we understand each other. Once the presentations have been made, we are going to now have a closed-door discussion where we really talked about what is it that we can do here. And when we come back next time, because I said it's going to be a continuous engagement, we will say we came to Oshikoto, this is what we are bringing back. So how much we plow in depends on how much we get from you. Shashino Murimo Oshikoto, you live here. You know Oshikoto region better than everybody else. So with that, I thank you once again, and I look forward to a conversation with all of you later. Thank you.
Thank you. Let's give applause to Honorable Minister once again. Thank you. To continue with the substantive engagements, we have representatives from various stakeholders. We have a representative from the Ministry of International Relations and Trade, Mr. Linux Muya. We have Mr. Rino Muranda from Namibia Investment Promotion and Development Board. We also have a colleague from Namibia Revenue Agency. Then we also have Mr. Shenyala from the Ministry of Industries, Mines and Energy. But before I invite them, I just want to know shortly whether we can have an interpreter who can assist us after each presentation. Do we need an interpreter?
Well, are we okay?
If we have a colleague who can assist, let us utilize him. Do we have somebody? Or seems we can? Oh, okay.
When we go to the discussions.
Yeah. Thank you very much. We will continue. Our first speaker is Mr. Linux Muya, who will make a presentation by the Ministry of International Relations and Trade. Please, Mr. Muya. Please give him applause.
Thank you very much, Director of Ceremony. I stand on the existing protocol as established and acknowledged. Thank you so much for the opportunity given to me to be able for us to discuss regarding the Continental FTA. Good morning, everyone. My name is Linux Muya. I'm from the Ministry of International Relations and Trade. My Honorable Minister made my job very easy by highlighting and giving us the mandate of the ministry, as well as what we do in terms of the 3 pillars that she mentioned earlier. So my job, I'll focus. I won't speak to the mandate because already the minister has already presented. I think I'll just go to the background in terms of understanding the African Continental FTA, as well as the coverage in terms of scope. That when we talk about the Continental FTA, what are we talking about? What is the scope? What are those protocols that we are talking about? And then also briefly, maybe just to speak to the status of the implementation, as well as look at the benefits, as well as challenges that the agreement offers. The African Continental FTA is a trade agreement. It's an agreement with 55 member states, the one we call state parties in terms of the agreement. The agreement was signed in 2018 in Kigali, Rwanda. And then for Namibia, we ratified this agreement on the 25th of July, on 25th of July 2019. And then our tariff schedules were gazetted in December 2024. The agreement formally entered into force on 30 May in 2019. Maybe as a background to understand in terms of the scope, as indicated by the Honorable Minister, that when you create an enabling environment for trade, it means that trade must move. There should not be obstacles, there should not be barriers. So hence the reason why we undertake that responsibility through our mandate to negotiate trade agreements to create that conducive environment for our business to be able to trade. So the foundation of the Continental FTA in terms of the agreement, it's founded on the premises of the WTO, the World Trade Organization, that provides for establishment of regional trade agreement. When we talk about regional trade agreement, it means that we derogate from the provisions of most favored nation. We derogate so that we can have that unique grouping in terms of what we have to trade by opening market access. But in so doing, there are criteria that we follow to be able to export our products into the market. A very famous story in Namibia that we know is the issue of Peugeot by Stellantis. I don't know whether you know about Peugeot, our assembly plant in Walvis Bay. It was a well-negotiated agreement, but however, due to elements of rules of origin, it was a bit of a challenge for us to be able to export our products into the market. So those are some of the considerations that you have to look at. When you are now producing the goods, you must make sure that the goods and products that you produce are in line with the criterion that are set for those products to have a preferential market. Now, what is the objective of the Continental FTA? One of the objectives is to liberalize trade, meaning that when you produce Namibian products, because it's embedded on the productive capacity. When you produce your product, you should be able to export them into those markets. So by liberalizing trade, it means that your products, Namibian product of Namibia, won't attract duties when you send them to DRC, for example, or when you send them to Zambia. They won't attract duty. And then number two is for us to promote industrialization or industrial development. By industrial development, it means that we must create jobs for our people by producing. And most importantly, in terms of the objectives, again, of the Continental FTA, is for us to create a single market. By statistics, trade among African member states, it's, I think, between 12 and 15% in terms of data. But when you look at other regions, for example, in Europe, you look at the Europe in terms of accumulation, how Europe is functioning, you'll see that it's trading at almost 65%. So it shows that there's industrial capacity in terms of growth. And then you look at the four tigers, for example, in Asia, you'll see that their trade is even also better because they are trading at almost 35 to 40% in terms of data. But when you come back now, in terms of our region now in Namibia, then you look at the comparative advantage that we have. You have to identify those unique areas to which we are able to export, to which we are able to produce the products. In terms of the reasons why we have to leverage on this opportunity, the Continental FTA provides a very good opportunity. We heard from the governor's statement that it's a population of 1.4, from 1.2 to 1.4 billion people. So that's a very, very good market. It creates a GDP opportunity of almost 5 or 4.2 trillion dollars in terms of the market access that we have when it comes to trade. And then in terms of the coverage, when you look at the scope, we have trade in goods that focuses on on a list of products that are traded. We have intellectual property rights that looks at innovation. Intellectual property right is very, very important because it drives innovation. When you look at the global index, which is always published by WIPO yearly, you'll see that our innovation index in Namibia is very, very low. Yes, Botswana is even far much better compared to us. So hence, intellectual property right is very, very important. We have a protocol on trading services that focuses on a lot of areas, transport, logistics, the banking sector, tourism, which is very important for this region. And then the protocol on women and youth, very, very important for Namibia. We have seen the program that the government is running, which are trying to encourage women and youth participation in trade. But this one is at a continental level also, because we have seen a unique challenge that women are not participating fully when it comes to trade, either in terms of global trade or within the framework of the Continental FTA. And then e-commerce and digital is another platform which is very important. We order, all of us, we know about Amazon, we know about Alibaba, we know all these digital platforms where you order. So it's very, very important as well in terms of e-commerce. And then we have a protocol on investment that also forms part of the the coverage in terms of the scope. Implementation level, what we have done is that government, we have introduced an implementation strategy or the action plan that is to guide and drive the implementation of the agreement. We have launched our national implementation strategy in 2022 that has outlined a roadmap for achieving the Continental FTA. We saw in terms of public media, our Honorable Minister launched the first shipment in Walvis Bay in June. So it's one of the efforts that government is trying to do to ensure that we participate in terms of the Continental FTA framework. We have also a National Implementation Committee where we meet and try to discuss and look at the challenges. The National Implementation Committee involves all the key stakeholders that are involved, including NAMRA in terms of trade facilitation, import and export control. To conclude, when we look at the challenges, we are at different level, the one that we call geometric asymmetry. We are at different level of economic development. You have bigger players in the economy, you have small players in the economy. So that can serve as a disadvantage. We heard about the issue of Angola products being exported into Namibia or sold into Namibia. So what do you do about it? So this is where the issue of productive capacity now comes in. We have an issue of influx in terms of import surges, unfair trade practice, limited financing, as well as conditions subject to custom losses. Because when you liberalize trade, the issue of the custom component duty is reduced. So obviously there might be a reduction in terms of what we collect. So we have also important links that we'll share, maybe with the Office of the Regional Governor, that plays a very important role for the business community. We have the e-tariff link that provides you in terms of the tariff schedule on the products that you can trade into the Continental FTA duty-free. And then we have our Namibia trade portal that we have launched. It also provides very important information in terms of import as well as export control. So in view of that, I think this is where I have to end my presentation, Honorable. No, thank you so much for listening. We'll welcome comments once we engage. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Lennox Muya. We will continue straight to our second presentation by Mr. Rhino Muranda, representative of the Namibia Investment Promotion and Development Board. Please welcome Mr. Muranda with applause.
Good morning, and thank you very much, Director of Ceremony. I also wish to stand by the protocol as established earlier on, Honorable Minister, Honorable Governor. My name is Rino Muranda, and as indicated, I'm responsible for stakeholder relations at the Namibia Investment Promotion and Development Board. We are under the Ministry of International Relations, and basically, I'll take you through what we do at a high level so that we have more time for engagement. So our mandate as a board is investment promotion, development and facilitation. So what does that mean? So that means basically because we are supporting the government in making sure that we create employment, making sure that we find investors that can invest in the country, and we can make sure that basically there are projects in the country to which we can bring investors, or we can find investors to invest in a particular project. That's the first part of it. The second part is MSME development. So if you bring in an investor, if you bring in a large-scale investor, obviously that investor will require services, and those services needs to be provided by someone. And most of the cases, these services are provided by MSMEs. So how do we then ensure that the MSMEs can then plug in to provide those services? So that's one of the second leg of what we are doing. So technology is playing a challenge on a Monday morning with me here. So what do? There are three things that we do. We attract investments, we bolster investments, and then we connect. And that connecting is when we are connecting the various service providers with the investors. So we do promotion, we do facilitation, and we do policy advocacy. In terms of promotion, we're looking at investment attraction events, conferences, marketing, awareness creation, business-to-business meetings, business-to-government meetings, as well as targeted promotion missions that are going out and looking for investments, as well as to market the country. So when we go out, like the Honorable Minister was saying, if we go out and we are on a mission, what is it that we can take from Oshikoto region, from this particular region, to say, if we have an investor, what are the projects that are already investor-ready that can be promoted that side? Then we have got a pipeline in terms of investments that are coming in, where we say we've got A, B, C, and D projects that are about to sort of deploy the capital deployed in the country in terms of establishment. Then we have got what we call policy framework inputs as far as the policy advocacy is concerned. Then in terms of one-stop service provision, we have a facility, and that has now been escalated to a national level, where we have got various government agencies from NAMRA to Ministry of Home Affairs to Ministry of various ministries that are involved in issuing permits, issuing licenses, issuing work visas and stuff. So all of them are housed together to promote ease of doing business in the country, and we facilitate that process. So our main objective in attracting foreign investment, one is to create jobs, as I indicated, export promotion, import substitution, local supply chain development, regional development, and that is the reason why we are also participating to ensure that each and every region, we don't want to keep investors only in Erongo, Komas, and Hartab region. We want it to be spread across the country in each region. And that's the importance of also making sure that there's regional equity as far as investments are concerned. So our priority sectors for economic diversification is in energy, renewable, green hydrogen, and oil and gas. We're looking at transport and logistics. We're looking at tourism and sport. We're looking at machinery and electronics, as well as mining and adjacent industries. So as far as our mandate for MSMEs are concerned, our focus is more on access to finance. How can we capacitate MSMEs to access finance, sharing information with them, making sure that we provide them with business advisory services, scaling up. If you are already an SME and you want to scale up, we work that journey with you. If you are starting up, maybe how to start businesses in terms of registration, in terms of making sure that you are compliant with the various regulatory frameworks, building networks from which you can actually benefit your organization, policy advocacy, as well as market access and export promotion. With me, I have a colleague here, I'm not sure whether he's around here, that is market access, making sure that if there's an MSME and you are struggling with market, we have a team that is responsible for ensuring that you can walk through the journey of ensuring that you can have market access. there is a website, in the interest of time, there is a website where if you want to be part of our database, you actually go on the website and then you register yourself either as an investor or you can register yourself as an MSME. And then once you are on the database, then we take you through the various processes. We need to do the analysis to make sure that you are vetted and you are a human being that is actually interested in these services, and then thereafter the journey starts in terms of our engagement. We are here, so during the question and answer session we can take more questions, or after the formal question and session, answer and question session, we can also take further questions. So in the interest of time, this is where I would end the presentation. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Muranda. Thank you also for saving some time out of your slot that was given. Our next presenter is from NAMRA, Namibia Revenue Agency. Please welcome our colleague with a round of applause.
Thank you very much, Director of Ceremonies. I will stand by the protocol as observed and established. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Alexia Oveka. I'm from Namibia Revenue Agency, Subunit Rules of Origin. So our mandate under the Subunit Rules of Origin, one of our core business is to ensure the correct implementations of trade agreements. In so doing, we do capacitate traders and also customs officials on every agreement that comes into place. We also registered exporters who wish to export under those trade agreements. So now today we'll touch base on what rules of origins are about. It's a technical subject, but I will try to do it in layman. Okay, what are the rules of origin? It is criteria that determine the nationality of the product. So meaning it determines where the product was manufactured or made. That is what rules of origin are all about. Okay, and why are the rules of origin important? The rules of origin are important for a product. If you meet the rules of origin requirement, your product will enjoy tariff preference in the exporting country. What I mean by tariff preference, when your product is certified of Namibian origin, we will issue you with a certificate of origin, and with this certificate of origin, you will submit it into the exporting country, any of these African countries, maybe Nigeria, any other African countries where you wish to export, and then your products will not pay higher duties. It will pay either zero duties or reduced duties. It depends on the products and the rules for the product. And one of also the importance of rules of origin is also to promote industrialization. So by promoting industrializations, the rules of origin need to be lenient for everybody to be able to meet the rules of origin. If the rules of origin are stringent, then nobody will be able to participate in that agreement. Therefore, by making the rules of origin lenient, you encourage also industrialization and investment. That is why it is important. And how do we determine the rules of origin, the criteria that the product originated in a certain country? We use two criteria, main criteria. One is wholly obtained criteria, and the other criteria is sufficiently worked. So what do we mean by wholly obtained? By wholly obtained, we mean those products that wholly are produced in a certain countries like Namibia. If you have your grapes, nothing was added from elsewhere, that is wholly obtained. Fish caught by our vessels is also one of the wholly obtained products. And the other criteria is sufficiently worked, meaning with this criteria, you have to add inputs from elsewhere. It depends on depending on the rule. So if you want to manufacture anything, maybe cloth or anything, you are allowed to add a certain input from outside the region. Maybe you can get something from China a little bit according to the rules. There is a restriction. You cannot just get the whole material and just finish the product here and regard it as of sufficiently worked. So you are allowed at a certain extent to import inputs from elsewhere and then manufacture something. And then if it meets the rules of origin, then it is sufficiently worked, you will get a certificate of origin for preferential treatment. I hope I'm not able to move this thing. Okay, that is it. So what happens? When your products meet the origin criteria, traders need to come to NAMRA, Rules of Origin section, for registration. So, but before that, for us also to certify your product, we first go to your premises to establish all the inputs you are using. Then when you are satisfied, we'll register you as an exporter to the African Continental Free Trade Area. We issue you with a certificate of origin for you to export your goods. So what are the requirements? Some of the requirements for you to be able to register with us, you need to be registered with BIPA as a company. You need to be in good standing with NAMRA. You also need to have an export permit. For instance, if you want to export live animals to any of the African countries, you will need an export permit from the Ministry of Agriculture. And among other things, those are the registration requirements. So once that is met, you are already registered and you will be issued with a certificate of origin to export your things to any of the African countries which are party to the AfCFTA. Ladies and gentlemen, in short, that was my presentation. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Alexia Hovega, representative of NAMRA. Our next and final presentation will be from our colleague, Mr. Phineas Shenyala of the Ministry of Industries, Mines and Energy. Please welcome him with applause.
Yeah, firstly, I should state that my name is Phineas Jonas Shinyala. I am from the Ministry of Industries, Mines and Energy. And in this process, I recognize our leaders at the high table, especially the governor and our honorable minister, who is leading us efficiently in these engagements. We thank you very much, honorable minister. Going into presentations, we are going to deal with the policies that we are implementing in the Ministry of Industries, Mines and Energy regarding industrial development and also SME development. In this regard, we have got two main policies under which all programs we implement are executed. The first policy is industrial development policy that covers quite a number of programs like sites and premises. Sites and premises is a program that we engage local authorities, regional authorities, constituency authorities, and build industrial parks or SME parks around the country. Under this also program, we have also contributed to open markets. For example, we also contributed to construction of trade fair premises as well. So it's a program that we really use to promote development in the regions. We also have a program called Industrial Upgrading and Modernization. This program is a grant program used to support big industries. And under this, we provide grants trying to purchase machineries, facilitating also expansion of buildings or factories, to say. And we also try to build the capacity of companies
under this program. The other one we have is the special economic zones. The special economic zone is a regime. I will also detail it later a little bit. But here we just try to create a specialized regime to attract investment, both local and also foreign investment. So when the slide comes, I will be able to detail it much better. Yeah, regarding the SME policy, we have got quite a few programs. We have got the equipment aid scheme. Equipment aid scheme is also a scheme through which we provide the grants to SMEs. This comes in a form of equipment. We buy machineries, tailoring machines, we brick making machines, you count them. And we provide this equipment in an arrangement that every region should benefit. We don't do it for only commerce, but each region should have approximately a slice of a budget equal to other regions. I wanted, before moving forward, to detail better the issue, the area of special economic zones. Special economic zone is a regime under which we provide we create conditions for investors to be able to produce or to do their investment in Namibia and they produce goods and services in a specialized regime, under which we offer corporate tax that is a bit lower than normal. We also offer them custom duties that are reduced. We also try to negotiate with NAMRA to make sure that maybe in some cases we give them VAT exemptions and so on, including accelerated depreciation and also green industry benefits. This is very important to investors because it helps them to make more profit by paying less duties and so on. As a country, Namibia is also expecting these investors to contribute to our economic growth by investing more money in Namibia and also to create employment, transfer skills to our people, especially the youth, and also to make sure that they are connected, like that Rino Miranda said. They are also supplying goods and services our SMEs are also supplying goods and services to these particular investors as they are setting up or as they are producing their products in Namibia. We also expect them also to contribute to green economy. So which means they should also respect the environmental laws. They should also provide less or do business that is less aggressive to our environment in Namibia. Yes, retaking the SME policy programs, I have already underlined the issue, the program of equipment aid scheme. Then the next one would be gemstone cutting and polishing. We have got a facility, a training facility in Caribbean, in which we train women and youth on gemstone cutting and polishing. This is a specialist training. We equip these people with skills, and some of them, they go into business, polishing stones and cutting and doing jewelries. And they also, some of them, they take up employment in our diamond industry. We also have another program called Impretec Namibia. Impretec Namibia is a program that originated from Spain through UN, and this program is an entrepreneurship program. It performs quite a number of training activities directed to SMEs. And under this program, you can find some programs or some trainings taking care of your finances, taking care of your bookkeepings, taking care of your general business management, and also towards the quality of your product. In our regional offices, we also provide, apart from all of these activities that we do as a ministry, they are also accessible at our regional offices. Here in Omuthia, we have one office, and our colleagues are well equipped in terms of understanding what to do to provide you these services here in the region. We also, in the absence of BIPA, we provide the service of business registration through our offices here in support of BIPA. So you don't have to go to Windhoek and register our business there, but you can do it here through our office here in Omthia. We also provide services regarding import and export permits as well. So if you want to import or to export your product through Africa Continental Free Trade Area, you are also able to get your export permit through our office here. Some companies also need certificate of manufacturing. We also do it through our office. You can also apply for manufacturing status. They visit your enterprise, they see what you do, then they recommend you to the Ministry of Finance, so you are able to get your manufacturing status certificate. In the interest of time, I think I should end here, but I wanted also to state that by concluding, it is important to understand that industrial development is a very expensive exercise. We are always trying to sensitize our people, our seniors, to look at us that we always need more resources to be able to do more. Otherwise, we are condemned or confined to these small activities that might not be quite very impactful in generating the result we are expecting. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, our colleague from Ministry of Industries, Mines and Energy, Mr. Benias Shenyala. Can we give him one more round of applause? With that, we have concluded our presentations, and we are going to take a vote of thanks by the Acting Chief Regional Officer, Mr. Pedros Indawetwa. Please give him applause.
Yes. Director of Proceedings, Ambassador Humphrey Kesep, Honorable Selma Shipala Musavi, Minister of International Relations and Trade, Honorable Saki Kathindi, Governor of Oshikoto Region, Honorable Samia Shivote, the Chairperson of Oshikoto Regional Council, Your Worship Beata Nashongo, the Mayor of Omthia Town, esteemed participants, please allow me to stand on the established protocols. A very good afternoon to all of us. Good morning. All right, thank you. I'm elated to deliver a word of thanks on behalf of Oshikoto Regional Council at this vital engagement. Regional councils are mandated to promote, plan, and coordinate development in the regions. Hence, events of this nature resonate to the council's undertakings. Our special appreciation goes to Honorable Selma Ashpala Musavi, our Minister of International Relations and Trade, for spearheading and leading this regional engagement of the business community. This initiative is indeed most welcome, and we are surely looking forward to similar events of this nature in the future. Honorable Minister, your message is loud and clear on the mandate of the ministry when it comes to international relations and investment promotion. Leadership is about influence, and for sure, all of us gathered here are inspired in terms of the government commitment in promotion and development of business. Thank you for the leadership, Honorable Minister, and we are looking forward to achieve our objective here, which is really to optimize businesses. We also want to salute Honorable Saki Kathindi, our Governor for Oshikoto, for delivering the statement meticulously. We take note, Honorable Governor, of all the opportunities that exist in the region. As we are also all aware, Honorable Governor is always on the ground, engaging various regional stakeholders, including the business community. So, and one of his many accolades as of the Honorable Governor is chairperson of NCCI, Oshikoto. So that's why he could really project Oshikoto in terms of business in such a manner. So keep on delivering, Honorable Governor. Also want to say a big thank you to Your Worship, Beata Nashongo, the Mayor of Umthia Town, for the heartfelt, warm remarks and also for allowing us to host this event here in the town, Umthia, and also most importantly for really also outlining the untapped business opportunities that are in the town. Many of them, even including conference facilities, is what we need in this very region as we are. So as we speak now, Honorable Minister, for instance, if we are to host now, for instance, let's say a gathering requiring, let's say, over 60 people. As a town already we are challenged. We don't have that facility here. So these are just some of the untapped business opportunities that actually, that is existing in this town and the region at large. I also want to thank the various presenters, starting off with Mr. Lennox Muya from the Ministry of International Relations and Trade for outlining the African Continental Free Trade Area, for really just reminding us that Namibia, we are also part of the 50 member states, and there exists a market. So in terms of a market access, we are informed 1.4 billion. So if you are here in the region, you are able to really produce, to not only think of Oshikoto or Namibia, but you also think of the African opportunity or the market access thereof. We also want to thank Mr. Rhino Muranda, from the Namibia Investment Promotion and Development Board, for also outlining the mandate clearly that they are responsible for the investment promotion, development, and facilitation. So in other words, NIPDP, they can actually connect you to the business partners and investors. And Ms. Alexia Hoveka from NAMRA, for giving us something on the rules of origin, whereby we were just informed that it just determines where the product is manufactured. So this one is also very important for business people, just to know that what are the benefits thereof, especially when it comes to the issues of the tariffs. So if you are to export, you need to benefit in terms of reduced tariff payments. So that's very much important. So because when you are doing business, one of the key issues is that economies of scale. For you to be competitive, you need to really receive some of those benefits. I also want to thank Mr. Pina Shinyala from the Ministry of Industries, Mines and Energy. He's my former boss and mentor. Thank you, Mr. Shinyala, for really clearly outlining those programs of the ministry, amongst them the sites and premises, special economic zones, and the equipment aid scheme. Also would like to thank, of course, the Director of the Proceedings, Ambassador Humphrey Gazeb, for navigating this program up to now. The program is moving flawlessly and efficient. So thank you, our Director of Proceedings. Yes, dearest participants, particularly our business community, I would like to really thank you for availing yourself and for taking the time off from your businesses to really attend to this fruitful engagement. Thank you. Let us also thank the team responsible for organizing this event. We can all attest that the event has come to fruition and all is in order, so keep on delivering. The media, of course, always with us to really ensure that this message reaches to everyone who cannot be part of this gathering this morning. So, Honorable Minister, Honorable Governor, Your Worship, dear participants, in conclusion, please be informed that Oshikoto Regional Council develops a strategic plan for 2025, 2031, and one of the output is the development of a regional and local economic development policy. So our business community is definitely a key stakeholder, so hence let us engage when called upon to do so in order to promote local economic development in the region and country at large. I would like to also quote then from Henry Ford, the founder of Ford, who said, open quotes, "When everything seems to be going against you, remember that the airplane takes off against the wind, not with it." End of quotation. So that basically implies that business is not a walk in the park, and despite the challenges, we must keep on pushing our businesses to greater heights. Finally, let us demonstrate appreciation to all of us by clapping hands. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Pedros Indawetwa. Can we give him another round of applause? Honorable Minister, Honorable Governor, Honorable Mayor of Umufia Town, distinguished delegates, ladies and gentlemen, let us now rise for the AU and national anthems. And with that also, we extend our thanks to NBC for the coverage of this important regional engagement. The AU anthem. Please be seated.